guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video, I'm going to be doing the reviewing to the quarterfinals for America's Got Talent Week 1. Now, I have not reviewed America's Got Talent for you because when the auditions come, it's very hard for me to do because there are so many auditions, and sometimes they do like the montages, so I can't remember all the names. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to wait till it goes live, and now that it's live, I can review it to you. But before I start the video, I will say that I am not going to be able to review Pretty Little Liars for you because I forgot to set up to record. I had it set up at 10 o'clock, but that show, The Vineyard, which I think I'm going to watch and let you guys if I know. I will review that to you guys, but I forgot that show was on at 10, and Pretty Little Liars was usually repeated at 10, and I set it up to record at 10, but I forgot that The Vineyard was recording, so Pretty Little Liars did not record last night at all. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch Pretty Little Liars online, but there will not be a review today. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. There will not be a review today. I'm sorry, guys, but there's not going to be a review today. So for those of you who were hoping there would be for Pretty Little Liars, there's not going to be. Sorry. But, okay. But now let's just get to the video. So basically, with AGT last night, I did think that, the acts were mixed. I did think some were better than others, but overall it was a pretty good night. And, let's just get to it. So first of all, we had Anna Christine, and this girl, I mean, she blows me away every single time you see her on TV because you don't believe that this girl is 11 years old. I remember when I first found out that she was 10 years old, my mouth dropped because I was just like, oh my God, how is this girl 10 years old? She's so sophisticated. She sounds like a 20-year-old. She reminds me so much of Adele, and she's 11 years old. And she was amazing in her performance. I thought she did a great job, and I definitely think she's going to go through. So great way to start off the night. I gave her a 10 out of 10. I think she's going to definitely go through. And by the way, I did write all these down so I remember all the acts. So yeah, I really hope that she does go through. I think she is fantastic. Next up, we had television. Now, the reactions from the judges were mixed here. But basically, I thought their act was beautiful. It was basically a couple falling in love, and they played the song "Beneath You're Beautiful," and that's a beautiful song in my opinion. I love that song. I think they did a great job with the act, and I thought their act was actually very cute. And I don't know if they're going to go through, so I will make them a wild card. I did give them a 10 out of 10, but I'm not sure if they're going to go through. So television will be a wild card. If they do go through, though, I won't be upset because I did really enjoy their act. So television, 10 out of 10. Next, we had American Hitman, and I kind of rethought about their act. I'm going to give them a 9.5 out of 10. I did really enjoy their act, but again, I don't think they're going to go through. So again, wild card for them. And I do agree that the tempo was a little too fast, and Howard did say that he didn't really feel emotional because they were singing the song with a little help from my friends, and he didn't feel emotional about that song. But I thought they were pretty good, but I would give them a 9.5 out of 10. They weren't amazing, but I did think they did a good job, and if they do go through, I'll be fine. But they're a wild card right now. So next up is Special Head, and this is when the night kind of turned backwards from really good to But Special Head really, his act was weird. I mean, his audition was cool, but his act was very, very strange. And basically, he rotated himself somehow he got himself out of the building outside. But Nick Cannon thought there was a technical problem because for some reason he wasn't, it didn't work out right, and he thought there was some kind of a technical problem. And the thing is with Special Head, if someone were to see you on that ledge, they would think you're trying to kill yourself. Seriously, they would. And I mean, I don't want him to do anything else. I just don't think he's going to go through. I don't think he's that talented anymore. I do agree with Howard. Special Head has run his course. So out of 10 for Special Head. Do not go through. His act was impressive, but it was just weird, and he kind of scares me. Okay. So the next act was Fresh Faces, and here's the thing I'll say about Fresh Faces. I like their loyalty, I like their friendship, I like that they do everything together. That's great, and they're amazing dancers. They do not belong in AGT. They really don't, because they are more gymnastics. I do see how he points. They belong on a much bigger stage. They could do so much there. And I think they should go to the Olympics, honestly. They should really go to the Olympics. They're very talented, and I do think they're amazing. But go on, like, the Olympics, or when you're older, go on America's Best Dance Crew. That's the right show for you, America's Best Dance Crew. So do one of those two shows, and maybe you can, I think you could be very successful. But I gave them an 8 out of 10. They're also a wild card, but I'm not sure. So Fresh Faces, 8 out of 10. Then the night really turned around, because next up was Collins Key. And this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. He's such a good magician. Basically, he asked each of the judges to write down something. He asked Howard to pick his favorite place. One of them was favorite vacation. One of them was favorite state. Favorite I think it was Bahamas, NYC, Tukis, and I forget the other one. I can't remember. But he was just amazing. He took out his board, and that's exactly what he wrote. So he just is so impressive. Collins Key, 10 out of 10. I really, really hope he goes through. He's very talented, and he's a nice guy too. I mean, he's young, and he's very, very good. And I really like his act. So Collins Key, definitely 10 out of 10. Now, let's go to the next act, because I don't really like this act. Like, Kevin Downey Jr., KDJ, he's not funny at all. He's not funny at all. He was the worst act in the night. All his jokes are very dry. And if he really wants to pursue this career, go on late night television, because this is a family show, and you're talking about sex in almost all your jokes, and nothing in there, in my opinion, was funny. I didn't think anything in there was funny at all. I thought all his jokes were stale and stupid, and I didn't like a single one of his jokes. So, in my opinion, KDJ gets a 0 out of 10. Worst act of the night. Nothing was funny. So, yeah. Alright, next up was Erin and Izzy, and this act, I don't know. I think they're just, it's a joke, and it's a gimmick, and I think they're done. I do agree with Howard said. You can't take it seriously, because this little girl she first sang Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Then she's basically screaming into the microphone, going, like that stupid song. And that's basically what she's doing. And she's gonna hurt her voice. She's a very talented little girl as a singer, but this isn't something that you should be doing. I mean, this is a YouTube thing, not a AGT stage. Go on YouTube and do this. I mean, if they were on YouTube, yeah, they have 500 million hits, because that's the kind of stuff people watch on YouTube. Just because it's popular on YouTube, Howie Mandel, does not necessarily mean it's going to be is as good on an AGT stage. It's not going to be. Go on YouTube and do this. Don't do this here. So 6 out of 10 for Erin and Izzy. I do think that the girl, though, is still adorable. She's very cute. Next up was Alexandra the Great, and she was very good, but I gave her a 9 out of 10 because I don't want her to hurt herself. She's very old, and I do think what she did is very impressive. I think she's like 70-something years old or 60-something. I don't exactly know, but she's an older woman, and what she's doing is incredible. But at the same time, I don't want her to hurt herself, so I gave her a 9 out of 10. I do think that if she goes through tonight, I'll be fine with that. I just don't want her to hurt herself. So Alexandra the Great, 9 out of 10. She was really good. And then the next act was the Kristoff brothers, and this is actually really cool. The The Kristoff brothers, what I love about them is that they're funny, but they're also amazing. They kind of remind me of the movie Blades of Glory. If you remember the moves in Blades of Glory, they were silly, but they were amazing. And they kind of remind me of that because, you know, it's two guys dressed in, like, those weird costumes, just like Blades of Glory. And it just reminds me so much of Blades of Glory. I don't know why. Maybe I just love that movie too much. I love that movie. But I thought they did a really great job. So definitely perfect 10 out of 10 for Kristoff Brothers. I really hope they go through because they're really good. Next act up was Hype. And, I mean, I didn't like this at all. I didn't think it was that good. And, I mean, they're very talented dancers. But, again, it's nothing I can take seriously. And I just didn't really like their act. So, for Hype, I gave them a 7. I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. So, they're not going to go through. Hype, sorry. But then the final act of the night, and, so the final act of the night was Brandon James. And he sang, You Raise Me Up from Josh Groban. You know, he's a gay man, and he really has come very far. He's come out to his parents. They accept him now. The whole world accepts him. And it's so great. Plus, he really reminds me of Josh Groban, so I'm very happy he chose to do that song, because he definitely does remind me a lot of Josh Groban, and I do think he is very, very talented. So I really hope he does go through, and he is very, very talented. So Brandon James, perfect 10 out of 10. He was amazing. So, with 4 acts chosen to go through, which I told before, I will now choose the 4 that I want. So, the 4 that I want to put through are Anna Christine, Colin Key, Kristoff Brothers, and Brandon James. But I do have a couple wild cards. If these 4 do not go through, even though I have these listed as wild cards, you know how they have wild cards? If they do go through, I'll be fine with these acts going through too. Television, American Hitmen, and Alexander the Great. If any of those acts go through, I'll be fine. Let me know what your favorite act of the night was. Who do you want to absolutely leave? What was the best act of the night? What was the worst act of the night? Did you agree with the judges' criticism? Did you think some of the acts were just silly? Just let me know anything else. So that's it for my review of AGT Quarterfinals Week 1. I like doing these. These are kind of fun. So hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which I believe is going to be my review of the new ABC Family show, The Vineyard. So stay tuned for that. Bye.